The truth occurs.
Hey everyone, it's Sonia here. I want to give you guys an update. I'm heading up to the hospital right now to bring my mom her stuff. And the good news is she's up there with my good friend Lara. Like, Lara is one of my 3 best friends, and it's amazing that my mom happens to be in the ward where one of my best friends works, so that's pretty cool. But my mom is, like, basically she's delirious. She's not having like breathing problems or any of those COVID type things. But I better lock my car. Like, there's so many like scuzzy hobo people out. They're like the only people out right now. Wait, is that little Russell? What's he doing on my street looking for crack? Anyhow, so yeah, my mom is delirious. Like Laura said, when she saw her, she was shocked because my mom, she said she described her as wide-eyed delirious. Like, my mom is like raving. Like, she's very wired. She can't sleep. And she's like unsteady on her feet, so they actually put her in a wheelchair and like put one of these hip protector things on her and like tied her to the wheelchair. They like restrained her in a wheelchair. They said it's because they're afraid that she's gonna fall because she's unsteady on her feet. Which may be true, but I mean, you can imagine how horrible that is for my mom. She's scared. She thinks people are stealing from her, like that, all that kind of stuff. I'm afraid to say who it was who told me this information, but obviously I know people who work inside hospitals, and one of my friends wants me to pass a message on to you guys. I'm going to tell you all that stuff. Like, she's going to tell you, what is really going on in there and why so many seniors are dying. It's not just the COVID. But for now, I'm going to go up and bring my mom this stuff. And if I seem really like blank and neutral, it's because you guys saw me get emotional the other day, I'm capable of it. But in order for me to be strong and to be able to get done what I need to get done and take care of my family, I can't even go there. Like, I cannot even access my emotions, because if I go in there, it's going to like unleash like a torrent of grief and anger and, frustration and like a lot of things, sadness. So I'm just not going to even go there. So right now I'm just going to get up there and bring her stuff. And I just want to ask you guys to keep praying for her. They think that maybe she's delirious from a UTI. Like, not even COVID, but just UTI, So they're going to give her some antibiotics, so let's hope that that helps. I'm heading up to the Jewish hospital, by the way, to get out. I'm up here in Côte de Neige. Looks like a total ghost town. Nothing happening here, man. But it is usually quiet here, though. I mean, it's not that unusual, but it's even quieter than usual, though. Okay, so there's the Jewish hospital. It's this whole, like, complex over here. But I'm gonna have to go up this street and, like, go around. In case you're wondering, you don't have to be Jewish to go to this hospital. They made it because back in the day, Jewish doctors were not allowed to treat non-Jews. So they just made their own hospital for the Jews. And then later, obviously, they got rid of that law or whatever. And it just became another English hospital, but most of the Jewish people do go there. They have kosher and everything. They have like fish days and meat days, or milk days and meat days, or whatever. Oh yeah, and their Starbucks closes on Shabbos. But other than that, it's just a normal hospital. It's actually a good one. And then what happened in Montreal, just like a little bit of history detail here, they started closing all the English hospitals, and they just like amalgamated them into one super hospital that they call the Glen site. So they have like several that are there now. Except the Jewish is one of the few that's still standing, probably because it has like independent funding, because people donate so much to it, or for whatever reason. But like, as you see this hospital, see how it's like a total hodgepodge? Like, all those buildings there, they're all part of the same hospital. It's a total hodgepodge, including that yellow one there in the distance. And that's how like most of our hospitals were. They were just like, it started with one building, and then they added on, and then they annexed the building next door, and they were just all like that, and they were really like not very practical, so they decided to scrap them and just make the new super hospital. But the Jewish is still here. It's just FYI. So here's where I'm gonna go in. It's the main entrance. I got her bag here, her stuff, slippers. Like I had to reduce it actually to just the blanket, the dressing gown, the slippers, because they won't let them wear clothes apparently. And she already has a toothbrush and hairbrush and all that. So maybe later if they move her again. Ah, look, everything's like blocked off. See, there's just like a table there. I know people get weird when you have a camera. I'll put it for like self-conscious. Hi. Hi. I just want to drop this off. It's for my mom. It's just a little care package. I put a ticket here with her name.
You're not supposed to give it to us.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, they told me to bring it to security at the downstairs.
Are we here to the information?
Oh, I can go in there?
Yes, you can get
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where she's up there?
She's up on the 8th floor.
8th floor?
8th floor.
Okay.
So I can go over there to the desk?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thanks a lot. We have some lovely frontline workers here, nice people. I won't put them on in case they're
Yeah,
shy.
take your. You're standing here and talk to
Okay.
the security over here.
Thank you. So if you want to see our lovely Jewish hospital, it's pretty quiet right now. But yeah, this is the hospital. It's really nice. It's like quite modern. They did a lot of renos and stuff. Yeah. So it's not that bad. Security desk here, and then I can just drop the package off. Oh look, there's an incubator. My son was in one of those. Every time we see this, we say, yeah, Gunnar, you were in one of those incubators. And he was like the biggest baby in the NICU.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm just here to drop this off for my mother. She's on the 8th floor. They told me to sit and wait, and guess what? Laura's gonna come down and get it. It's so empty, it's kind of creepy. Like it makes you feel uneasy, you know? Like people walking by with their like yellow coats and stuff. It's like, it feels scary, but you guys know the story, you know? So there's no reason really to be scared. Hey, hey, look who's here. It's Nurse Lara.
Also known as Nurse Roach.
Team Roach for the win.
Yeah. COVID ain't gonna get me.
No.
Too roachy.
Yeah. So here's the stuff.
Thank you.
It was super nice to see you.
She's in bed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she a little calmed down? She calmed down a little bit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in here?
I just brought slippers. Oh, my glasses keep falling out. Slippers, a nice blanket, and a dressing gown.
Perfect.
And a National Geographic.
Perfect.
I hope like she gets over this delirium thing. Maybe she just has a UTI, you know.
Well, she might have a UTI. I'm gonna check her chart after when her nurse goes to break. And yeah, they usually get delirium when they come into the hospital.
Yeah.
Because it's a total like flip on their world.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a lot of demented people yelling and making tons of racket, so
It's confusing.
I don't think she's used to that either.
Oh yeah.
So
Anyway,
we'll
I'm
see.
glad she's
but
with
I mean,
you.
delirium does resolve itself, like, but you know, there's no like actual timeline on
I know.
when it resolves, right?
She's a pretty tough cookie though, eh?
Yeah.
But she's with you.
Yeah, I'm
So-
just not her nurse tonight, but I'll probably end up her nurse. I mean, I'm off. I work tomorrow night, so I won't have her tomorrow night because I'll have my same people. But I work Friday on my birthday, spending my
Oh,
birthday in
hey.
the COVID unit, Saturday and Sunday. So who knows, she might be added to my assignment.
Hope you have a happy birthday anyway. Tell them like that you used to be her private before.
What's that?
Tell them that you used to be her private. Like
They
her
know.
Oh, they know.
They
So
know.
they
see
should hook you
videos
guys.
of her dancing.
Oh, they should hook you guys up then, so you can be together.
They will. No, they rotate us all the time. Like, so I'll be getting her. I'm certain of it.
Okay.
But yeah, work is going better. My shift is going okay. I had a big meltdown today.
Yeah, it's
So I
hard.
didn't work, but it's so far so good.
It's pretty bad. It's hard on you, I know,
Well,
emotionally.
yeah, like Like my coworker just told me, she goes, when everything is irie, everybody's your friend, and when shit is getting real, you find out who your real friends are, you know? Like our clinical nurse educator is like being super like authoritarian, and she's not our boss, you know? Like it's bringing out the monster in everyone.
Yeah, because it's so stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like management is being shitty, but I'm sure they're experiencing intense amounts of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, nurses are trying to keep up their spirits, but like we snap at each other too, you know?
Well, you're in all that hazmat gear, so that right there is super stressful.
Yeah, everybody's pissed.
Like, I don't know if people realize, like,
properly in that hazmat gear.
You're so suited up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I have a mask on like you have over your face. And I have to talk to people that, plus a visor. And most of my patients are hard of hearing. They've lost like their hearing aids. Like they depend on seeing your mouth when you're speaking. That's gone.
Yeah.
And just being confused in general. Like imagine being confused. Like I'm looking at you right now. You're wearing a mask.
It's
I
weird.
know why you're wearing it. I'm not freaked out. But somebody who doesn't understand.
It looks weird though.
Yeah. Imagine
You
it
can't
with a
even,
visor on.
yeah,
too,
and you're
a blue
85 with
cap on your
dementia.
head. Yeah.
You can't, yeah.
And blue hands with tape wrapped around, green tape wrapped around your arms.
You can't
like,
drink, you can't like scratch your face. Yeah.
No, you can't go take a
It's super
piss.
hard.
Essentially, we're imprisoned in there.
Because you're so like, you're like locked into your suit.
In this uniform.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be, it's tough for you and everybody in
Yeah.
there. Is it
Yeah.
really full, the unit too?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty full. So we'll see, and apparently my old unit is going to be starting taking patients anytime soon, but like, I'm wondering, you know.
You still have to wear the hazmat in the other unit too?
Well, we were before I left. Like, when we were at the nursing station, I could be like this in my uniform, and like some of the nurses wore paper masks, but me, my friend Jerry, and my friend Francesca, we didn't wear masks in the nursing station. Go figure, the three of us tested negative.
Yeah.
But now in the nursing station, you have to be like wearing your visor and everything. You have to write your notes with gloves on. You have to type on the computer. Like those gloves become your second skin. We even wash our hands, our gloved hands, in the sink. You know, and then you got to put another pair of gloves like on top. Yeah, it's really.
Sounds really stressful. It would drive me
really
crazy.
challenging. Yeah. And you can't breathe. It's very
Super
hard to
hard.
breathe. Like, can you, or don't you find you're having trouble breathing right now with that?
Not yet, but I'm already annoyed by it.
Right.
Yeah,
But
and I've
imagine
only had it on a
having
couple
visor,
minutes,
too.
and it's gonna fog up my glasses. And
Oh, my
yeah, it
glasses
feels,
get fogged up all the time, but I can't do anything.
yeah. No, it's super stressful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the patients. And, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I should probably get out now. You know, shouldn't I be hanging around? Anyway, it's super nice to see you. It's like the first time I've seen Lara in like what, 2 months?
Oh, that's right.
That's it. Yeah.
That's right. But I better go back upstairs so they
Yeah.
don't get mad at me for being down here for too long. But like, this is awesome. She'll be very happy to get this
Cool.
stuff.
But I wish I could hug you.
I love you.
To see you on your birthday. I love you.
I love you too.
Can't. It's like I want to almost like take the step to hug you. It's like I can't.
Air hug.
Air hugs.
Fist bump. Elbow bump. All right.
Okay,
Bubba.
bye, doll.
Love
Love you.
She'll be super stoked to get this stuff. I wish I could we can't even take our phones now. We can't take nothing. I was like, oh, I'm going to take a picture.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I'm
Okay.
happy she's with you. Bye. God bless.
Bye.
Hey, you guys. So I'm back. I guess you heard from Lara a little bit about what it's like for the staff and the patients to be up in the ward with all the gear and everything. But I'm hearing other things also from other people, anonymously. And the one thing I want to tell you, and this is basically also what I've been seeing with my mother, although, you know, maybe my mom will recover, let's hope. But what I've seen with her and what I'm hearing from other people who are working in the nursing homes and hospitals is what I'm about to tell you. Which is that the environment that they're in is so horrific that the seniors are basically like starving themselves, and they're dying of starvation and dehydration. They're losing the will to live. Like my mother, the day that she went in, I went to her retirement home and I talked to her through the window on the phone, she was able to have a conversation. She looked okay. She was very much present. And by the next day, like as soon as they brought her in with her dementia issues, that was so confusing for her. She went delirious. Like my mom is really out of it now, totally confused. And what I'm hearing is that this is what's happening. They're so like confused and traumatized by what's happening, like the way that everybody's suited up. There's no physical contact other than like the very necessities, you know, there's no like human contact. Their relatives can't come in and they don't understand why. They think their relatives have abandoned them. Some people will only eat the food that their family brings, and so now they won't eat the hospital food. Some people don't speak English, so they don't know what anyone is saying. And some people are hard of hearing, like Lara was saying. They can't understand what you're saying if they can't see your face. And it's just so awful for them that they just losing the will to live, and they're basically just dying of that. There is actually a term for once you give up the will to live, and it's known medically that you can actually die just from losing your will to live. They call it abulia. So I talked to someone who's married to an epidemiologist, and they were saying, well, this is part of what happens with people when they have COVID. They lose their appetite and they lose their thirst, you know. So it's kind of like they're making it out like the effect of like not eating and drinking and losing your will to live, the depression, is the effect of the COVID, not the effect of like the horrible environment they're in. But I don't buy it, and neither do the people who are working in those places. So this epidemiologist is trying to tell me, or trying to tell the person I was talking to, that, well, you know, that's what happens when you get COVID and you're old, you stop wanting to eat. But the thing is, like, as far as her COVID symptoms go, like, she's recovering. She has no fever. She has no cough, no shortness of breath. She's not on oxygen. You know, she is delirious. They think that might be from a UTI, but she's not the only one in any case. And so there's people that they've been moved off the, like, COVID care ward to just a geriatric ward because their COVID issues are stable. And people even who are just in the dementia ward or geriatric ward, they're not like super sick from COVID, but this is what's happening with them, and people are just like, yeah, it's COVID. And so anyway, people who are working there are saying it's like inhumane, it's really horrible, and it's our government is doing this, and our government is now saying it's okay for workers who are still testing positive to go work in the retirement homes. Because they're so short-staffed, so they're like, it's okay, you can go in if you're positive. And the workers, of course, who are in the ward, like Lara, they can take public transportation every day, and they're in the community, they do their shopping. And yet, the government is saying it's not okay for people like me, the family members, to go in there to try to comfort our relatives. Like, you realize how much easier this would have been if they had let me go into my mom's retirement home and be there for her? Because it's the public health department that sent her there. It wasn't the retirement home. They sent in a public health nurse to try to keep her confined in her room. They're like making these people stay in like solitary confinement, and my mother wasn't doing it. So they sent a nursing student to try and keep her in her room, and when that didn't work, public health said to send her to the hospital. But as far as I'm concerned, when they did that they gave her a death sentence. First they put her in solitary, and then they gave her the death sentence. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but that's really what it looks like. And the alternative would have been to let me in. But their logic is like, oh, we can't do that because it'll spread into the community. Because these people are going to come in, they're going to get it, and then they're going to be out in public. But it's okay for healthcare workers to do that. There's like thousands of healthcare workers. Paid workers can do that. But family members can't. As if, what do you think? We're going to bring like, you know, the mom and dad and like the 6 kids and the uncles are all going to go. It's going to be one person. Like, it would just be me. I would be going. So like the people that have family, it would be like one extra person, one extra caregiver would go to help out. But no, that's too risky for public health. Because you want to what? Save lives? So like instead you like put people in this horrible situation, these seniors, you put them in these solitary confinement conditions, you put them in a hospital where they're totally confused, you put them in a situation where they lose their will to live and they die. And that's okay? Like, that makes sense? That's how you save lives? Because it's obvious at this point, everybody knows it's the seniors who are dying. 85% of the deaths are seniors from nursing homes. So where are all the deaths in the community? 97%, it's people over 60. So where is like the huge outbreak of deaths in the community? We're not having it. 250,000 people now estimated to be positive in Quebec. Where are all the deaths in the like younger and healthier segment of the population? They're not there. The disease is totally not contained, and what they're doing to the seniors, like, to me it seems like it should be illegal, but they're justifying it. They're like, well, we're doing this for public health to prevent deaths. So you're like killing the seniors to prevent deaths. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, not like killing them directly, but you're putting them in a situation where they're going to die. And you're doing that to prevent deaths. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And my mom is like caught in the middle of it. And I'm just hoping that, you know, by her having a strong spirit that she's going to get through this. But she's really like freaking out right now. And I wish I could be there for her. But no. And they'll send the infected staff into the nursing homes. But they won't send someone who's still testing positive but over their illness into the nursing homes. Like, they're going to keep her there. But they'll send the positive nurse into the nursing home. Like, how does that make any sense? Anyhow, the whole thing is absolutely insane. It's just mind-blowing what they're doing. It's mind-blowing how badly they've handled it and continue to handle it so badly. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update. Yeah, thanks for your prayers. Just pray for her that her spirit will stay strong, that she'll get over this, whatever's causing the delirium. Let's hope it's just a UTI. Let's hope she tests negative soon and they get her the heck out of there. Thanks for your prayers. You guys are in my prayers too. You guys pray for Kavita also. Kavita, my viewer, please pray for her. She got a really bad diagnosis recently. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me in the chat. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.
The truth occurs.